I'm interviewing Liz Green, who's currently training with the Sheffield SCITT. So Liz, what inspired you to train to become a teacher?
So I would say I'm one of those students, classic students who love school and just want to come back and educate children and support them, especially in their teenage years, where it's quite difficult, just life in general. So supporting them, making education fun. I love my subject as well, so just passing on that passion to other students as well, I'd say. And also when I was in sixth form, I actually went to Notre Dame, and the teachers that I had in the past were like, you need to come back, you need to teach. So that was always something that was just in the back of my brain thinking, oh, I need to come back and teach.
Fantastic. What subjects do you teach?
So I do religious education. It's something that I did at university as well. So I did philosophy with religion at the University of Sheffield. So yeah, I did an A-level, GCSE. I'm a lover of religion.
Oh, fantastic. What was it about the Sheffield SCITT that appealed to you?
So I would say being from Sheffield, having something that was local as well, and with Notre Dame sort of being the hub of it, it was great to be something local, something that I was familiar with, but also the fact that I'd just done my undergraduate. I'd been in university for the past 3 years. I wanted to get out and be in the working world, but also obviously teaching, it's a long process. So being in the school environment was definitely something that SCITT offered that maybe other university routes didn't for myself. So definitely just being in the school every day, sort of learning on the job, yeah.
And what's a typical day as a trainee like?
Typical day, so waking up, getting to school, whether that be an hour, half an hour early just to prepare yourself, have a chat with the department, talk about your day, your classes, what you've got, and then it's a range of lesson observations, so getting to know other teachers and their practice, some tips and tricks, and then also having PPA time, so they're an hour out of your day every other day where you can plan your lessons, reflect on things, leading lessons too. Also things like joining in after school clubs. I've done drama clubs, helping out with school productions, helping out with the SEN groups at lunchtimes. Yeah, a mixed bag really. Always fun, always busy, which is great.
And how would you describe the workload?
The workload, obviously, being an initial teacher trainee, it's expected that it is going to be a lot, but it has been manageable for me. I've sort of been in the mind frame, I've wanted my home life to be my home life. So once I go home, that is it. That's my chill out time for the day, whether that is I come in like an hour early, leave an hour and a half after the rest of the kids do, just getting everything done in school, to make sure that my home life is a place where I can relax and sort of prepare for the next day. So it's busy, but it is manageable if you keep on top of your time management as well, using your PPA times to plan lessons, your mentor meetings to reflect, and yeah.
And do you feel well supported as a trainee teacher?
Absolutely. So that's the one thing that I can absolutely say I loved about the SCITT as well. So my mentor has been absolutely amazing. Luckily for me, it's not the case with all teacher trainees around the country, but I've become a good friend with my teacher trainee, so that teacher mentor, sorry. So that means that I feel super supported by the actual wider SCITT community as well. They're always there on the phone, email, in person if you want them or need them. So absolutely, the team's grateful for support.
And have you got some highlights so far in your training?
There's many a highlight, I would say. My main one was just before I left my first placement. So I was at Notre Dame, and it was just before Christmas break, and my year 9s that I had done all my formal observations with, it was emotional. So they created like a little booklet of all the things that they loved about my lessons, and talk about how they're going to miss me, and what their favourite lesson was, and thank you, and that they hope I come back and have them in placement 3. So I couldn't read it in school because the tears would have been flowing and you have to be professional. So I read it at home, and yeah, it was definitely a highlight for me of the whole time so far.
Oh, that's so lovely. And have you applied for any jobs yet?
So, I've not applied yet. However, I've been informed that throughout the start of the year, jobs will trickle, ebbs and flows. So I think of a few people on the teacher trainee course have applied so far, but I want to apply to a place where I absolutely know that I would love being there, whether that be the location, the school, just so I can give my all to the school and to the department as well. So I think it'll be around March time that more of the jobs will come out, so we'll see. But yeah, I just want somewhere where I know I'm going to be super passionate about, and the kids will like me teaching.
Thank you. Have you finally got any advice or motivation for candidates considering teacher training?
I would say, in terms of like motivation, if you've just come out of university and you're umming and ahhing as to what you want to do, and you love your subject and you want to pass on that knowledge of love, I would definitely go into teaching. I've gone into it straight away, and I think that's really good, because I'm in the sort of mindset of, I've been to university, I needed to time manage, so I also need to sort of time manage my teacher training year as well. And because with the SCITT you do like a part-time masters too, you're still in that nice comfortable zone of being in a university environment every now and again. So just go for it, I would say, if you're thinking about it. Just do it. It's definitely one of those things, the careers where you become a teacher. Like at the start of the year, I was just as green, postgraduate, loving life, but now I have slowly become a teacher, and you become a new person. And I would just tell everyone, if you're thinking about it, just do it.
Oh, Liz, thanks so much for answering our questions, and there's no doubt you'll make an extraordinary teacher.
Yay.
Thank you.